Exciting start to the week as crypto bounces, getting a little bit of a bounce to start the week. And this is a Bitcoin chart zoomed out on the weekly. I'm going to bring together a bunch of different data points. And I want to just say this from the beginning. Even if you don't hold Bitcoin, if you're like an altcoin holder, this video and what we're about to look at, this is the roadmap to this bull market. And I still think there is so much bull market left for us. I just think we're just beginning. We're going to talk about that. But altcoin holder, Bitcoin holder, doesn't matter. We're going to break down some key data. So hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. Let's jump into it. I want to start with this quick post from On-Chain College I came across yesterday. Bitcoin MVRV, market value, realized value, shifted negative for the first time since March 2023. So we're going to take this and we're going to overlay this on the Bitcoin chart and talk about what this means. Bulls are looking for the market value, realized value metric to regain its 1 year moving average and continue to higher prices. Sustained periods above below this level occur during bull bear periods. So you can just see last time it was kind of this down was back in March 2023. Now, as you know, we go through a bunch of different data points and indicators on the zoomed out Bitcoin chart, and we're really applying it to this bull market and the cycles of crypto. We do the same thing on the total crypto market cap chart, which we're going to take a look at. We do the same thing on Bitcoin dominance chart, which is right here. We're all waiting for something maybe over here later in the year. That is to say, altcoin season getting ready to happen, right? This is what has happened previous cycles after the Bitcoin halving. We take all of this data to get an idea of where we are in these cycles. And that's why the Bitcoin halving just happening, this is why I say we're just getting started. So somebody actually posted like, what does this mean? Or can someone explain this? And they On-Chain College replied and they said, this period is certainly one of weakness, but that's either a fantastic buying opportunity or the start of more price drop in the future. Here it is. The answer to the above depends on your analysis of the market based on other metrics. Now, I want to talk about this, and that's all this is. This is my analysis based on other metrics. This is just my opinion, everybody. This is not like a guaranteed thing, but I'm taking different data points like his on-chain metrics here, MVRV momentum. I'm looking at what happened there from a macro perspective. March 2023 is the last time it zoomed out, or last time it bottomed out. You can see it zoomed out right there. And then I go to Bitcoin monthly chart, and this is where things get crazy. Y'all know, just to give you a reminder, I've talked about, on the Bitcoin monthly, here's the Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin monthly RSI just has been retracing. We have not even been overbought one time on the monthly RSI after Bitcoin halving. This is overbought. That's the bull market kind of indicator, right? That overbought move on the RSI. This is the cycle before that, overbought. This is the cycle before that, overbought. And by the way, we're going to look at March 2023 to get an idea, well, what was happening then? But I also want to give this data point. We've talked a lot about recently, for instance, last cycle, after the Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin topped around 540, 550 days after the Bitcoin halving, right? We've been talking about that. The cycle before that, it topped from 2016 halving to all-time high, 500 some days after Bitcoin halving. And then I've just been saying, man, we're not even close to that. This just started. Bitcoin halving is around 80 some days. It just happened like 80 some days ago. We've been talking about that. But if we kind of take that from a different perspective, and I want to do that right now, just to give a sense of where should crypto be right now? Where should altcoins be? If you still look at the same Bitcoin chart and take the Bitcoin halving and we look at, okay, last cycle, how about this one? When was Bitcoin breaking all-time high? And we're looking at around 200 plus days after Bitcoin halving, we waited for Bitcoin to break all-time high. And then the cycle before that, we waited 280 some days for Bitcoin to break the 2013 all-time high. We waited almost 300 days after the Bitcoin halving of 2016 for that to happen. And now, if you look at where Bitcoin is right now, Bitcoin broke all-time high already for the first time before Bitcoin halving. There's another data point. So we have all of these data points, and then we can even stay on this weekly chart and we can say, okay, well, let's take one on-chain metric indicator, right? That's this one that we just looked at, the MVRV. Let's look back March 2023, that momentum kind of bottoming out there. And let's go to the weekly, March 2023. Where are we at? March 2023, right around here. There's Bitcoin. That was bottoming out there. Now, the last time this bottomed out, that on-chain metrics piece of data, Bitcoin continued its move to the upside out of the bear market. Right now, we've been talking about Bitcoin and crypto markets in general, just consolidating. Bitcoin's at this long-term Fibonacci area of support that we're watching. We're looking for this cool down phase for Bitcoin on the weekly. Now, the other thing is this, and this is where things get even more kind of bullish. I want to point something out to you, because if you look at this weekly chart right here, Bitcoin just falling below this 20-week moving average. And even if we actually open up the momentum oscillator, you can see Bitcoin falling out of overbought and just falling, tanking. It looks like, if you look at the last bull market, it looks a lot like this. Bitcoin falling through the 20-week moving average, Bitcoin falling from a momentum perspective, right, to a very similar level. So we could kind of say, man, I guess there's a strong possibility that Bitcoin could be kind of making a very similar move before going higher, similar to what happened in the last bull market, right? And you can see it fell through the 20-week moving average, hit the 50-week moving average, and then bounced to the upside. Maybe that's something that's in play, and then we're going back to the upside. But here is the one difference. Here's the one difference. When this move was happening, right? This was happening when it was consolidating through and falling through the 20-week moving average. This was happening almost 400 days after the Bitcoin halving. Right now, again, as a reminder, and timeline perspective is such a key piece of data for me. Again, around 80 some days after Bitcoin halving. We are in a cycle like we've never seen before. And you can see how on-chain metrics, you can see how just timeline data, indicator data is showing this from so many different perspectives. So I'm not trying to be a permabull here, but I'll tell you one thing. I've been growing this YouTube channel and creating content almost every day for almost 7 years. And the foundation of it for me has been to just continually study the cycles and just look at the data, look at the time frame data, look at, momentum data. And that's what I've been doing. And that's all I am doing. I'm not trying to be a permabull, but what I'm seeing here is a cycle that is very similar to previous cycles. But not only that, looking even a little stronger than previous cycles, especially from a time frame perspective. So that's all this is. And again, maybe it is different in a way that is not good. And maybe we'll find that out, right? But as of right now, with where we are in terms of price and in terms of Bitcoin on like something like the monthly, with these oscillators that are playing out, I don't even think we've gotten to that parabolic part of the bull cycle. Maybe like this 12-month time frame where things are really exciting. I don't even think that has happened yet. So these are just my perspectives. I wanted to break it down for you in a little bit of a different way as we start this week. We'll continue to track altcoin markets. This is the total market cap chart. I wanted to point this out to you. If we're looking even at the total market cap chart, again, overbought. This is what overbought looks like on the monthly. This is what overbought looks like on the monthly in the bull market. Look at this. Post Bitcoin halving of this 2024 halving, we've not even been overbought. We've actually just been consolidating through the halving. It seems to be altcoin markets, total crypto market cap, Bitcoin, everything, preparing a foundation for the bull market. So these are my thoughts, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate you cruising through. I hope you're having a good start to your week. I will see you in the next video. God bless.